to my hotel, or is it? This is our multifamily building. We actually bought this as a failing motel. There were drug dealers, a failed roof, leaks, bugs, the whole 9 yards. This place was terrible when we bought it. So, before you start calling me a slumlord, this is part of our hyper affordable housing.
I'm going to be reacting to Christian, a multifamily expert, and I'm going to be reacting to one of his videos he recently released. And he called it, I Converted a Motel into Multifamily. So that's what we do here at Insider Hotel Conversion Pro. We convert hotels and motels to apartment style extended stays or apartments. So anyways, let's tune in. Let's figure out what this guy is doing. It looks like he's done this before. He's got a lot of subscribers. And let's react to this.
So, before you start calling me a slumlord, this is part of our hyper affordable housing. We charge less than $1,000 rent, which in Washington State is insane.
In Washington.
Redid floor.
Washington is where Sage Investment Group is. Shout out to Sage. They're great.
Redid floors, walls, ceilings, windows, and most importantly, we added kitchenettes. Now, these only cost a few $1,000s. You can get these from Lowe's or Home Depot, but we were able to get these bad boys installed. The only thing I wish we didn't have to do, there's brick walls. So behind this drywall is brick. We had to run conduit to add the outlet to put this in. So yeah, you guys want to ding me, this could look better. However, you got burners, sink, mini fridge, storage. We feel like we want people to have more fridge space than just this tiny little fridge. So we added an additional one. So now you have a ton of space for all of your.
So I got to say, if you put in a large fridge in your hotel conversion, you now don't look like a fly-by-night extended stay. You look like an apartment. So putting in a large fridge is extremely important in my opinion, and it just shows you really care about the person staying there long term.
Bathrooms we kept pretty simple. If you look at it, it still kind of looks like a hotel bathroom, but follow me here. You have a simple layout. This is basic. This is hyper affordable housing, but this is a city that needs the housing on a building that was completely failed. What you're looking for with real estate, in my opinion, if you want to do something good for your community, you're looking for highest and best use. What is the best use for this property? On a great street, excellent location, middle of Moses Lake, almost the heart of downtown. Let's get people a place to live. That's what we worked on here.
Okay, so location is everything with this. I know in the very beginning of this video, he was saying that his motel had issues with drugs, but we are not going to just totally discredit a motel terribly managed. Probably didn't make a whole lot of money either. He said failed motel. So does that mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater? No. If you do a little bit of digging and some research where it's next to a pretty large attraction and it's the lake and it's close to downtown where you'll get nightlife. You get a lot of people that want to travel and stay in a nearby area, or you want locals who want to stay in a up and coming gentrified area. If you have an absolute dive, a dog of a property, which we all know that in this industry, most of what we're looking at and what we're going to buy is that category, but it's in a great location. So kudos. Good job, Christian.
Here. Now this unit actually used to have a squatter in it for a significant amount of time. Someone was living here for, I think, 2 years. This whole thing was a disaster. We turned a dumpster fire into a profitable building. Anyone can do the same thing. I'll share the numbers with you a little bit later out.
Okay, first of all, I got to say, Christian, you're so nice. You're so kind. Not anyone can do this. I have failed on a project. I have been very successful on many more projects. It's not nearly as easy as Christian's making it out to be. There's definitely a process and you have to have the right people. But I do like his vote of confidence in others. I want to talk about the squatter. So what is a squatter? A squatter is someone who decides that they are going to oblige by the rules in the very beginning, show up, and that's not always the case. There's illegal squatters too that just break in and sit there. But basically how they typically act and their behavior is they sign the lease agreement or they show up and they stay, yes, even in motels, hotels, and then they decide that they're not going to pay anymore. They decide they can't afford it. They decide that they're just not going to pay for it. And then what occurs is they leverage the local laws. And a lot of the local laws in some very tricky areas, I'm just going to use the word tricky, read between the lines, favor tenants. And landlords get the short end of the stick. So squatter laws and squatter rights is a real problem for a lot of landlords across the US. It's a real risk to buy rental property, multifamily, even motels, hotels that you're going to convert. There's some really cool loopholes in owning a motel hotel and keeping it zone motel hotel or commercial or C2. and not multifamily, if you have transient housing, you're able to leverage contracts that you have built with an attorney in exchange for transient housing or short-term stays, where you don't need to go through the eviction process. You're trespassing at the point you have outstayed your welcome. Now, I will tell you, I'm not an attorney, so you do need to verify everything I say with an attorney, but this is the case in some places. Every place is very different. But anyways, he's got some great feedback on, I'm sure he's going to tell us later what occurs with squatters.
So let's talk actual numbers. So the purchase price was $1.6 million for this hotel.
1.6.
We did a brand new roof on the entire thing. We changed the paint color from like a horrible gray and red to beige, blue, and white.
Good. Neutral colors. Warm and inviting
We
colors.
replaced a bunch of the windows. We renovated 15 of the 30 units completely, gutted them, redid them. We replaced a bulk of the plumbing, a ton of the electric. We converted the manager suite. We filled the pool behind me. We're going to turn that into community garden. It's almost done. We bought.
Okay, so I got a lot to share here. He filled in the pool. Now, a lot of people watch this and they go, why would you fill in the pool? The pool's the coolest part. Not really. Especially in old mid-century or 70s or even 80s builds, pools kind of look really strange. There's just something weird, awkward, not inviting about a pool with a chain link fence wrapped around it that looks like a prison pool. A lot of people are not huge fans of pools unless it's very well built. It's got like a resort style to it. Maybe there's a beach entry aspect to it. Maybe there's a swim up bar. You know, it's got features and amenities that make it really enjoyable. But when you got just a big rectangle hole in the ground and a chain link fence around it, it's not really that exciting. And your tenants probably don't value it nearly as much as you think they will. So filling up the pool and adding different amenities is really smart. You could fill in the pool. Definitely need to work with your contracting team because some municipalities require permits to do so. Got to do it properly. But when you fill up the pool, compact it, and really smooth it out, make it flush, you can do a lot there. You could put up pergola. You could put up picnic tables. You can put up a putt-putt. You can have a mini putt. You can go all out on this. Put up some cornhole. Get some barbecue grills out there. This could be not a destination, but could be a respite for those living there long term. But guys, what I want you to know about this is your hotel conversion can be a lot like Christian's because he meticulously and carefully and cautiously took the right steps and measures to perform a feasibility study before he bought the building. And that's really important. If you are in need of working with a seasoned professional in the adaptive reuse space, that's me, I can help you. I can help you avoid the pitfalls. You can work with me, and I can make sure that you either A, buy it with care, renegotiate, retrade on the price, find all the hairy aspects that they were trying to hide from you, or help you make an informed decision to walk away. Because I've walked away from many deals that just weren't deals, even though many partners, shareholders, and other people say, oh, this is a deal, we should do it. No, it's not a deal. This is going to be a nightmare and a headache, and it's going to be something we regret if we buy it. Anyways, if that's for you, please reach out to me. And there's a link somewhere over here that allows you to book a meeting with me and we can chat. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me today. Hotel Conversion Insider is my project, and I'm so excited that you're a part of that project. If you want weekly updates as to what I'm up to and what we're talking about in the hotel conversion industry, you know where to click. It should be right down there somewhere. Guys, thanks for joining and have a wonderful and blessed day.